Hey guys, in this video I want to go over some paper feed and paper jam issues that you may have on your EPSON Workforce WF-3520 printer, which is somewhat similar to a WF-3620 printer. So don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and let's get started. A few things that you want to make sure that you're doing right in the beginning is when your message says that there is no paper, make sure you have the right tray. Like if it says the back tray does not have paper loaded and you're trying to load it in here, check that out, or vice versa. So that's the first thing. Then of course you're going to check for you to make sure that you have paper loaded in there. If you have anything other than plain paper job that you're sending through to your printer, most likely your printer would want to feed from the back tray right here, like photo paper or cardboard paper, like thicker paper of any sort. So and check that area or change your settings on your printer. So those are the things that to check out. But at this point, since you're at this video, I assume you already went through these things and your printer is not feeding the paper in the correct tray that you've selected. So let's start with our main paper tray drawer right here, the cassette tray. If you just have regular paper, such as letter size paper, which is 8.5 by 11, you're going to load it in there. And the problem that a lot of us miss or have is that this set guide right here is not set to the proper length. So as you can see over here, this was set further out. When I close the tray, it may push the paper back, and then that's not enough for the pickup roller to take the paper in. So make sure that's set to the proper length. In my case, its letter is going to be over here at this line, and it'll just clip in here in there. If you have legal size paper, you're going to have to extend your tray by pressing this tab right here and pulling the tray out. It'll stop, and then at that point make sure you also set it to the proper length, which is over here. You have it at, I think A4 size paper is what it's for legal size. So let's go back to this here. This is where it's supposed to be. Make sure that's all even. And then you're going to push this into letter size paper. You can see the paper is still kind of pushed back, but as soon as, let me demonstrate that. So it's pushed back. It's not exactly at that mark right here, but as soon as you close your tray, it'll push it back to the proper area. So that's where it's supposed to be at. I do recommend just placing it right at this tab right here and closing the tray. So if you have all that correct, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the paper. Go ahead and remove the tray just by pulling it out, lifting it up a little bit, and we're going to put our printer on its side. So on its side, because this is the pickup roller right here, and you can get to it from this side. It may get accumulated with some paper dust, or just can get dirty from ink, or usually the paper dust will make it slip on the paper that you're trying to pick up. So you're going to want to just clean this. For easier access, you can remove this cover. It has 4 screws, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it's really not necessary. You can get in here without any problem. So I would just use paper towel with some window cleaning solution, or just warm water. I'll spray it. Do not spray in the printer. Just spray on the paper towel, or you can also use an alcohol swab, which works great for both. Both of them work great. So I'm just going to go ahead, and you can also, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not blocking with my hands here. So what I'm doing is I'm just spinning the wheel while just holding a paper towel over the other, and you can see it's collecting some dust there. And then I'm going to switch the wheels, or like put the paper towel over the other wheel and spin the one on the right, and just clean it up like that. Wait a little bit for it to dry, maybe 30 seconds or so, and then you can go ahead and put the printer down and can just go ahead and put your paper back into the tray and close the tray and try printing there. So there we go. Just go ahead and put paper in, and it should pick up the paper if that's where the problem was. So go into the back of the printer. If your printer isn't feeding paper from here, for like you're trying to put some cardboard paper through, or like thicker paper through to make some brochures or something, or photo paper, and it's not picking it up, just go ahead and set the width here. Make sure it's at the right setting for the letter. Just going to feed it through until it stops, and you can check how it goes in here. So you will see it appear right at these wheels right here. So there we go, and it stops right there. So don't push it any further. That's going to be as far as it will go, and then the printer will do the rest when picking up the paper and printing on it. So in this point, if your paper is not being fed into the printer, check these wheels right here. Make sure there isn't any stickers on them or anything like that that could have been there, or any paper jams. And then if you're not able to push it through all the way, you will need to check inside the slot here from the back and see if there's maybe like a pen or some object or paper clip stuck in this passage right here. You may need to like flip the printer over and sometimes shake it to get that out, or you can just use like a magnet pen or something like that. And looking from the back, it's going to be very tough to spot anything in here, so just use some either thin screwdriver or something like that just to see if there's anything there, or like I said, flip the printer over and shake it a little bit, see if anything falls out of there. Since we're in this area, let's talk about our third area that we can have a paper jam. It's this area right here, and that's somewhat often that happens. This pad right here, it's a foam pad that is supposed to kind of catch any extra ink that may be flying in the printer when it prints. It may get out of place sometimes, and all you need to do is just push it back in. For example, it's just like, it's really not hard for it to get out. See how it's like propped up now? Right there. And your paper is going to get stuck in here, and it'll jam it. Jam the paper. So all you do is just kind of make sure you put it back into place, make sure it's not sticking out. So check that. And one of the last things that I want to point out is this duplex unit. It may also jam paper in here. So if the paper is getting stuck in here, that's what you need to check. You're going to press these in, squeeze them, and pull the duplex unit out. And then to open or get access to the wheel, all you do is just lift it up. You don't need to press any buttons. This is the wheel that needs to be cleaned, and I would do it the same way, just using the paper towel. I'll show you. I already know that it's going to pick up a lot of dust on here, so let me show you how that works. So I just put some window cleaning solution on here. I'm going to do is just spin the wheel, hold the paper towel right there, or you can just kind of clean it right there. Okay, and then another item that I use is the alcohol swabs. I like it that it doesn't rip apart, like it stays put, and gives me an ability to really rub the rubber piece here. And I've heard where people would say it's ruining the rubber. I've honestly haven't seen that problem. I would just have the printer work for many years. It's just a matter of cleaning it once in a while. But then, yeah, the assumption is there that it ruins the rubber. So if you're not really comfortable doing the alcohol on your rubber roll right here, just use the warm water on a paper towel. You can see how dirty this is getting, and then just And with that, just clean it up, and you're gonna get rid of the jams in this area for sure. Let it dry, and then try printing. I'm going over with a dry paper towel here. Give it another minute. You can also clean in here. This is not so important, but you'll see the difference when I just clean these plastics right here. Accumulated a lot of dust over the years, so you can see the difference right there. So yeah, just give it a quick wipe down in here. That's where actually the paper goes. So just make sure you don't damage these little flaps right here. Just kind of do that. And let's get this out of the way. This is the roller that we cleaned in the beginning. Also is like easy to access it from here too. So to put it back, make sure you close the top here, and then just slide this in, and it just locks like that. And the last thing that I'm gonna go over is the automatic document feeder not being picked up. This is how you open it, just from this side. Your rollers are right here. You can do the same cleaning that we did for other rollers. Just clean these here. Your sensor is this flap right here. If your printer is saying that there's you're trying to put paper, like documents, in here to make copies or scans, and your printer says that there isn't anything there, most likely there's something with the sensor here. So they're down usually. When you put the paper in, these go up. So either something is in here that's preventing the sensors from like detecting that there's paper in there. So check that out. This should be here. It should be working. The pickup rollers are right here to make sure it feeds through. Then this is a separator pad. That's to make sure it doesn't pick up more than one page at a time. And if you look down in here, there's rollers right there. There's 4 of them that can also, if they're not picking up your paper, your documents will just get stuck over here, which is rarely the case because there's 4 rollers trying to feed the paper through. You know, it shouldn't be a problem. And then of course when you open the top cover, the paper feeds out through here and goes under and into, like, through this area right here. Like, it goes there and feeds back into the output tray for the documents. So make sure there's nothing in the way over here. And this is it's where it's supposed to be, and just check those areas, make sure everything is good there, and you should be all set. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like our video, comment in the section below so I know what I missed or something that, you know, some more questions that you may have. But in any case, you have yourself a great day and good luck with your project. Thank you.